Street cred sports. Street cred sports. I'm crossing over. I'm Euro stepping.
Hello, this is Keenan of Street Cred Sports Training, and welcome to another episode of Time to Ball. This is episode 125, chugging along with my, he ain't here, dog. I had to get rid of him. It just got too bad from last time. We were arguing, they had to call the feds and CIA because we was about to go at it. No, that's not what happened. He's out of town on a tournament, so I just decided to continue by doing the training because this is what I do. See what I said? I said training. No, this is not a training. This is a podcast as usual, and I just wanna get in here and share some things because this is what I used to do before I had Lee. Now, I know y'all was expecting to have the Tubi sign in the back after we talked about doing it. That's probably not gonna happen, at least not in the near future. But hey, Tubi, holla at your boy. I love me some Tubi. All right. So without further ado, let's get on to some things that interest me. Want to start with the fact that the playoffs are starting. We started playoffs. We had the play-ins during the week. Those were situated. Playoffs started yesterday. You had Lakers and Rockets, which was a pretty good game, but you had issues because KD was out. Some other people were out. So, that game was okay. You had some other games that were going on as well. So playoffs are here. I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to get some things going on for this playoffs. Seeing who's going to be the team to ascend. I think it's shaping up to be really competitive because on the west side you got Denver, OKC, the Spurs. One of those three will probably be the ones coming out. And then on the east side you got Boston, you got possibly New York, you got Detroit. Off the top of my head, those are the three that most people are saying are going to come out of the East. So I think if we get one of those three teams from both sides, I think it's going to be a very intriguing finals. So let's just stay tuned. Second thing I wanted to talk about was Bronny James. Now, I'm a fan of Bronny James. I was on record saying that I thought that he should have stayed in school for another year because, he had so much going on with the heart condition and stuff. So I think he should have stayed. But he came out, he's worked his way out, worked his way in. Some people say unfair, others say, he deserved it. I don't know because I hadn't seen anything that lets me believe that he should be a rotational player above some of the other guys that could possibly bring more. But it is what it is. So I'm happy for him, however he's doing. But I am nervous. I am nervous about his ability to run the point guard because I've seen him have the ball stolen from him on a few occasions. His passing has been shaky. He's had a couple of situations where he was trying to make an entry pass to LeBron, and those passes have been deflected, if not stolen. So he's not a natural point guard, and he's going to have to work extensively, in my opinion. He's going to have to work extensively on being comfortable with being a point guard because you have to be comfortable being a point guard. You just can't be a point guard. And you see some teams that don't have legitimate point guards, they have trouble with stuff, getting them in the sets, making sure that, you're getting the right matchup that you want, handling the pressure, knowing what's going on the time, all of those things. So it's very important that that he works on that skill during his off season. I mean, like I said, you watch some film, I watch it when he's playing and he just doesn't look comfortable. Now he's very athletic. I think he's pretty good spot up shooter. I think can be one of those instigator guys that play. You put him on somebody and let him just kind of be an annoyance to him. It's going to take some time. Will he be like his dad? I don't think that's going to happen. But I think over time he can carve out a little niche for himself. So we'll see. Okay. All right. So now I want to move on to basketball ideology. All right. So my basketball ideology is going to be about players not understanding how to take advantage of a move. Here's what I mean. I've seen tons of video, and I've actually seen videos of some of my clients, which is great because once I see it, I can fix it, right? But I've seen them misapply the moves, whether it's a pump fake, they pump fake when they shouldn't have pump fake, or they jab when they shouldn't have jabbed. And then I've seen them where they actually use the pump fake correctly, where the defender jumps and they didn't attack. They took like a dribble and it was kind of like, like a pause, and then they decided to attack, but by that time it was too late. So it is something that you're going to get, especially in the early stages, as players start to become better and they start to realize the different things that they can do that they used to not being able to do, right? So you take some player that's possibly a beginner that's worked hard on the ball handling, getting their ball handling comfortable, the shooting, understanding how to pass, trying to play defense. Then you start to move them into that intermediate area where they're kind of guarding against each other, other players, going at each other, offense and defense, that kind of stuff. And they're in the games and they're not really understanding it because the game moves really fast, exceptionally fast, especially somebody if you haven't played. So if the game is moving really fast, it's going to take you some time to understand what you can and, what you have available, how to see it, how to pre-read it, all of those things. So a lot of the videos I see, I would say most of them are tied to younger, but I have seen some older players, high school, AAU. I actually saw a college player once that, they did the pump fake. The defender came out late and then for some reason inexplicably just jumped. And then the player just kind of paused and then passed it back up top when they had the actual drive to the basket. And if they, you're looking at film, it's like, that's a straight line drive where you're going to get past the second defender and you should be able to get a layup. Or if that third defender comes to help or that second defender gets there before, you have a nice little, pass to that other teammate. So it's, I don't want to say it's a problem. I'll just say that it's something that players have to get better at. And like I say, when I get the film of the players that I train and I see those things, that's part of the growth. Learning, hey, you know what? When you get this, what do you see? And that's one of the first things I'll ask them is, what do you see? Sometimes they don't see it, right? They don't understand it. But then once you allow them to see it, like, look, you see this? Okay, so you caught the ball. What is the defender doing? They're running out. What do? I pump fake. Why were you pump faking? I was trying to get them to think I was going to shoot. Okay, so what did they do when you pump fake? They jump. Aha, so what did you do afterwards? Oh, I just kind of stood there. Exactly. If you're going to pump fake and get them up, or if you're going to jab to get them over, then you attack. But by not attacking, then there was no reason to pump fake. And what it does is it can help players see, like, oh, okay, I get it. So you'll have players that don't understand how to take advantage just because they're not sure, that they maybe have been taught to do this, but then it's what comes afterwards, right? So a lot of that is, like I said, just trying to make sure that, number one, they understand what move they're going to apply, why they're going to apply it, and they need to see what's going to happen, past it. You're going to have tons of mistakes with players that aren't as comfortable doing it, where, okay, they do the pump fake, they take a couple of dribbles, and they're not understanding what that, layer of defense is, how that other defender is going to be there to stop that drive, right? So then I'll have players that'll say, yeah, I got the pump fake, a jab, I drove, and then they blocked it. And I was like, okay, so what happened? So then they explained to me they drove from the top or from the wing or from the baseline. It was against the zone. Sometimes it was against a man, but they drove right to where their teammate was. If it's a man and the teammate, the person guarding the teammate was standing there. Or they're driving in from the top from a 2-3 zone and they're getting right there to try to get up and get the shot, but they drive right into the middle or the wing on that 2-3 zone. And what I explained to them is, well, that's not a shot that you want to take because they're waiting there for you. You want to get a little pull-up jump shot, maybe a little jump stop floater, so you can have them to come out. Now you can look at making a counter move, okay? But it's the misapplication of misapplication or not understanding, whichever way you want to put it, of the move and what to do right after the move. Because you can do the move, the initial pump fake, and get them in the air, but now what do? Oh yeah, I got to dribble. Okay, all right, now once you dribble, it's, okay, well now what do? Do I have a jump shot? Do I have a layup? Do I need a counter move? Do I pass? Those simple things. So what I do is try to take them step by step and let them see everything that they're going to see. And it's been successful. So a lot of those times they have that problem, but then they get better. So it'll be, yeah, I got the pump fake, I did the one dribble jump shot. Okay, I got that once or twice, then this person came. Okay, so now we're gonna work on this counter move for them. Then it'll be, hey, I got this, I got the counter move, and I got here and I didn't know what to do. So then you gotta paint a picture. But I love the fact that, that's a problem that they encounter. But I love it because I can help them show growth. You want to show growth when you're doing these things. And it's easy to show growth when you can show them something, they do it, and then they realize that it works. Okay, so it's great. And, hopefully those players that I saw online, just through my feeds and stuff, I saw it, and hopefully somebody points it out to them, or they watch the film, or somebody. Because thing is if you don't really know what to do, you have to have someone that can point it out to you, right? Maybe your parent knows, maybe your coach knows, maybe you're a trainer, maybe there's a trainer involved. They should be able to point those things out, because if you don't, they're going to keep doing it again. Best example I can give is players getting trapped. They get trapped over and over and over again because nobody's ever shown them what to do and how to deal with the trap. So then when they come here and it's, he has trouble with the trap. And I go through it and say, okay, what kind of trap? They tell me, I said, what is your play? Sometimes some of them have plays, sometimes they don't. Okay, this is what you want to do. You always want to do this at first, okay? And if you dribble a ball, this is how you want to attack it. And once I show them those two things, they don't have problems with it anymore. They don't, so I love it. I just hope there's more education out there for our players, okay? All right, so we're not going to do no you done lost your damn mind, because I don't have nobody to argue with. Last time we argued, see, he's not here no more. So I might be taking on auditions for the new, no, I'm just playing. I'm not taking on any auditions. That's my guy, that's my man. I will be looking at doing some other things with having some other guests. I just got to try to pin down the time and make sure it works for both of us. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment. Let us know what you think about who you got in the playoffs, who you think's going to go. Let us know about what you think about the stuff that I was talking about with the player development. Let me know what you think about Bronny. Maybe you have a different view. I'm just looking and I'm like, I don't know. Hey, and if y'all think I should get Tubi, make Tubi a sponsor, let me know, and I'll see if we can do that. So I appreciate it. I know it's a short one, but I just wanted to make sure that I got a couple of things in. Hopefully we'll be back to our regular schedule time slot soon. But I'm going to end it like I always do. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. We out.
Street cred sports, say it with your chest. Yeah, yeah. Go get it from the net. Street cred sports, okay, that's a bet.